I would love to know what New Yorkers did to deserve this.
Allow me to highlight some important New York vocabulary words. First word, bodega. Another important New York City vocabulary word is the word stoop. In the South and pretty much anywhere else, the part of your house that is in front of your door and your stairs is a lot of the time called a porch, not in New York.
The answer is nothing. What did Taylor Swift do to deserve this? The answer is nothing. And yet, here she is, Taylor Swift, speaking as a welcoming ambassador for New York after having lived in the city for all of 6 months. If it's at all hard to understand why so many New Yorkers are upset by Swift's appointment as global welcoming ambassador, then you're probably one of the New Yorkers that doesn't have a problem with gentrification. You're probably a New Yorker that doesn't think stop and frisk is a problem unless you have something to hide. You're a New Yorker who looks at Woody Allen films shot in New York with few people of color and thinks, what? Well, what's wrong? What's wrong? I don't see anything wrong with that. It looks like the city. Has Taylor Swift ever even been in a bodega? Has she ever even spoken to the nearby bodega owner? Has she bought a lotto ticket from the dude? Does she even know what a Lucy is? Bodegas may be her friend, but I doubt anyone who works in one would ever be. Do you even see any real bodegas in this video? I mean, they all have flowers out front. No malt liquor signs, no brothers are hanging outside. That's bullshit. These aren't bodegas. They're neighborhood grocery stores that probably all have food bars in them, and make no mistake, these stores are just as vital. But they're not really bodegas by New York standards unless there's somebody yelling at you in a Spanish or an Arabic language.
In the South and pretty much anywhere else, the part of your house that is in front of your door and your stairs is a lot of the time called a porch, not in New York. Anything that's basically a stairway entry to a dwelling, home, apartment, brownstone, or townhouse is referred to as a stoop.
Since when are stoops just a New York thing? I've sat on the stoops of my friends and relatives in Florida, Atlanta, Philadelphia, Chicago, Los Angeles. New Yorkers certainly know what porches are. Many of us have them. When we have them, we say, hey, yo, let's go sit on the porch. It's like Taylor Swift and the writers of this moronic piece read all these facts about New York while they were waiting for their luggage at JFK. Does New York even need a global welcoming ambassador? And if we had to have one, could it not have been at least someone with some actual history in the city? Spike Lee? Okay, maybe too angry. Rosario Dawson? What, too dark? How about Abigail Breslin? Or Scarlett Johansson? Now who the fuck doesn't love Scarlett Johansson? Taylor Swift? Get the fuck out of here. Swift, in this video, whether real or imagined, represents the idea of the preferred New Yorker. Rich, white, and above it all. She's literally above it all. The video itself appears to have been shot on a rooftop, maybe in Tribeca. Yeah, that's probably as exclusive a rooftop neighborhood if there is one. Sure, Taylor Swift could have shot this video at any of the scenic street-level locations in the neighborhood, but why shoot where people can see and touch you? That shit's scary. Much better to be able to look down on them. Real New Yorkers live as a symbiotic unit. Rich and poor, save for private dwellings, were constantly in a state of mix. They travel together, work together, eat together. When will Taylor Swift do that? She famously travels by secure car with guards. She likely wouldn't offer some poor, lowly New Yorker a lift. She doesn't work with poor New Yorkers, and I find it far-fetched that she would have dinner with one. The video is an embarrassment for NYC Go. It's a superfluous exercise in boosting tourism and shows that the office is run by either 17-year-olds or unrepentant starfuckers. My solution is to tell all of my global friends to not ever come here. At least not until the possible threat is past that Taylor Swift could greet them at the airport on my behalf. Subscribe here for more videos. You could also hear the RaceMan podcast at iTunes, SoundCloud, and Spreaker. Read the RaceMan blog at DarianSills-Evans.com. Peace.